The most famous war in history did not begin with love. It began with wounded pride. And the cost was an entire civilization. But this war was not started by a hero. It began with a man history barely remembers. His name was Menelaus. He was king of Sparta, but never its greatest. In a world of giants, Menelaus lived in the shadows.
Power surrounded him. Authority did not.
Everything changed when Helen entered his life.
She was more than a queen.
She was the most desired woman in the Greek world.
To marry her, every king swore an oath. If Helen was taken, they would all go to war. Menelaus believed this oath would protect him. He was wrong!
Paris of Troy arrived as a guest.
And left as a thief.
Helen was gone.
And with her, Menelaus lost his honor. In ancient Greece, honor defined a man's worth. And Menelaus had been publicly humiliated. Every city knew the story. The king whose wife was stolen. For a ruler, shame was worse than defeat. Honor demanded a response. So Menelaus called upon his oath. But his brother saw opportunity.
What began as revenge became ambition.
Each man heard a different promise. Glory. Fame. Strength. And Menelaus sought only one thing. To restore his honor. The largest expedition Greece had ever seen.
Gathered in his name.
But no longer under his control. A personal wound became a continental war. And the world began to burn. Troy stood waiting.
For a war it never asked for.
Menelaus was finally at the gates of his enemy.
This was supposed to be his moment.
So the war began with a duel.
Honor against desire. But even here, Menelaus was denied justice.
The duel collapsed into slaughter.
And the war grew larger than the man who started it. Others became legends.
Others became heroes. And Menelaus became invisible.
He fought. He survived.
Years passed.
Thousands died.
And none of them restored his honor. The promise of revenge grew hollow.
The war no longer belonged to him. That is the Cides! And his name faded behind louder men. After years of blood, Troy still stood.
Victory would not cuss through strength.
Right handy.
It would come through deception. A final lie, built from desperation. Troy believed the war was over. It was not. The gates were opened from within.
And the city burned.
Menelaus walked through the ruins of his revenge.
This was the price of his honor. He searched for one face.
The reason for everything.
"10 years of hatred demanded blood. But vengeance hesitated.
And power slipped away.
The war was over. but nothing was healed. Victor felt empty.
The world would remember the heroes.
But not the man who began it. The war was finished. But its consequences followed him home.
The gods did not reward this victory. They punished it!
Years were lost at sea. The war refused to let him go.
Time passed.
When he returned, the world had moved on.
He was king again. But not victorious.
History chose other names.
Other stories.
Menelaus faded into silence. He gained his wife back. Love that. But not what he lost. But not what he lost. Empires fall. Pride endures. And it always demands a price. The Trojan War was not a love story. It was a warning.